All right, I thank everybody for coming. I appreciate you taking some time out and joining us today. My name is Riyad Shama. I'm the Executive Director of the Institute of Youth Development and Excellence. And our vision is a world empowered by its youth. And the way we hope to achieve that is that every youth should have a nurturing relationship with an inspired, trained mentor. Because we truly believe that having positive, trained mentors in the lives of our youth is truly transformational. When it's done right, it really helps bring out the very best in us. But it takes training to be done right, to be done to the best of its abilities. There are some natural mentors out there. God bless all of them. But unfortunately, they're too far and few between. So we really believe in the importance of providing training so that people can do their very best in terms of benefiting the youth.
So looking at youth today, coming from high school, and actually with a background in social work, so I've been in homes where kids were taken from home. I had to be the person to actually take the child from the home, separate them from their siblings. And when it comes to chaos, children don't understand chaos. They just know that that's my mom, that's my dad, those are my siblings. Those are my siblings. So they really don't know when they're separated. So coming from social work and seeing that trauma and having such antagonistic opportunities to engage in such negativity, I wanted to be in an atmosphere where I can not only bless children, but be in an atmosphere where I can see them safe, where I can see the outcome, where I could bless them in a whole different environment, holistically and legally. All right, when I say legally, more of a natural manner in terms of what needs to be done and what has to be done. So when it comes to mentorship, people like you in this room and people that we know that are very suitable, they can be that conduit, that person they can interact with, share, all right, and really help erase the isolation. Also, it helps us determine that their major might be your minor, but your minor might be that major, their major. So what's heavy for you might be easy for them, and what's easy for them might be heavy for you. So these are things that are not taught in the classroom. These are not conversations that are going on with parents and children. But again, with that vested adult, with that adult they can count on at any point in time, these are the deliveries that we can help our children, youth, as they grow, and they'll help the next person. This is all in those relationships when it comes to mentoring. Individual differences and accountable mentoring. The term appears so professional because years ago when we heard the term mentoring, we thought, oh, can I commit to that many hours? Oh, I'll have to buy somebody something. Oh, it's such a big responsibility. Can I commit? But today we need to start with accountable talks, just building relationships. And then programs such as this, you can get the appropriate training to give you more steps to be even more supportive in an individual life. So these are my mentees, and I've had them since they were like 14 years old. So the relationship doesn't stop. It doesn't stop. We refuse to let go. It's just like, it's elastic, right? It pulls, but it's so natural, it never lets go. So we're just one big family.
Hi everyone. Again, thank you to Ms. Wallace. Thank you for acknowledging this work that she does so naturally and organically, and who would have known 20 something years later, we're here. But my name is Carmen Gaines. I had the honor to be in Ms. Wallace's class in the Career Path program at Aiken High School in 1998. And I was wondering why this woman will always come to our class and preaching. Oh, my best friend Natalie, she's back there as well. But she will always come to our class and would tell us, like, you better get it together, you better get it. And we're like, oh God, here she comes. Like dreading every time she would come in there. But then we eventually had her class, and that's where everything started to shift for us. Our first introduction was her taking us to the college tours. And at that time, no one in my family went to college. I knew that I could go to college, but it just wasn't the reality for me because I didn't have that exposure or that experience. So Ms. Wallace took us on the third annual college tour that she had during that time, my girlfriends and I. And when we went, that was the light bulb, that was the switch that we need to turn our brains on and understand what our future could be. Not only did she do that, but she would take us in her circles, her personal circles. During that time, my father had committed suicide, so that was a very challenging year for me in high school. But she would take me around her sorority sisters, and she would take me around her family. She has tons of sisters, and for me, I was able to see black women in a different lens, through a different lens. I saw black women who were educated, black women who had successful families and relationships and marriages and things like that, but they were able to be themselves. So coming from a place where not only being able to identify what success looked like, I needed that support, and I needed to know that I could do those things. So I later then went on to college. I have an undergraduate degree in early childhood education. I currently work at Woodward Career Technical High School, and I'm the Career Enrichment Program Coordinator in Career Tech Education.
And she take kids around now.
And I mentor students as well. So I have 12 college graduates that I mentor, and I do this in my work.
I would say my mentorship is kind of like unique. It's not we like hang out a certain day or a certain time. It's when a student comes to me and say, hey, I need a break, or hey, I need to hang out. And so it's really on their terms. You're not on schedule, because you never know when they need, that time. It may be a good week. So if it's a good week, I kind of fall back. But if it's a week where they need that heart-to-heart, or to hang out, or to go get ice cream, then that door is open for us to go and hang out. One of the things that I personally see in the Avondale community at Rockdale is that our students are really struggling with brothers and moms and uncles and aunties are being shot. And now these students are trying to figure out, how do I deal with this trauma and still go to school every day? And by me losing a brother at the age of 19, all I could do was listen and just try to give them those coping mechanism skills, and just promote health and promoting talking and using your voice, and just getting to a place of trying to become whole again. Principal Wallace always asks us, for tips or pointers as far as, where are students now, just so she can, stay in the loop. She's in the loop. She says she's not, but she's in the loop. So that's where I am with being a mentor, a mentee, and thank you all for inviting this woman.
So I'll just say, just to keep it short, having her mentoring me has helped me not only see that ending step of where you want to be, but it helps you see like step A through Z. You know what I mean? Because a lot of times you see where you want to be, but until you see someone actually walking in, their like path and, accomplishing their own goals, you don't really see the tiny steps that can take you to where you want to go. I think the power of mentorship is fully explained through her work. And it's really opened me up to even just the idea of mentorship, because now I look towards finding a mentor in every facet of my life, whether it's business, education, or just, life. So
we wanted to also have Sister Miriam as one of the parents. 3 of her children are in our mentoring program, to speak to you a little bit about what she's seeing from the position of a parent. And then we'll have Ibrahim, who's one of our mentors, and Anis is one of our mentees as well.
Hello everybody, my name is Miriam, and I made the program 2.5 years ago. So I had 3 girls and 1 boy. Well, my girl was really kind of struggling being in school with the hijab. They really was really struggling. What they was doing, and they would wear hijab from home, get to school. I don't know if there was bullying about it. I don't know if they take it out. But since they start going to the program, it really make them like give them a self-confidence. They really know who they are right now, about their culture, their religion. So I'm really happy I find the program, and my kids joining. They are really happy. And now I use them as like my little game at home. So if you don't do your chore, you can't come to the program. So I really like the program.
Assalamu alaikum, how are you all? Alright, my name is Brother Ibrahim. So at the masjid, at the mosque there, so I normally just go and pray and go home. I never felt like I was part of the community there, because I only met the brothers when it's time to pray, and from there we just go back home. So, so when Brother Riyadh, actually, he also does some Fridays, some lectures there. So when he introduced the program and he said, who wants to be a mentor? So I said, okay, it's an opportunity for me to be part of the community and to give my experience. It's not to give back, because if I see it as give back, that means I'm not contributing to society. So for me, I wanted to be part of the kids' life, and growing up in Rockdale, in the Avondale area, and some part of Rough Cincinnati, and also being a Muslim. As a man, it's easy to be a Muslim because I can just dress normal, nobody knows. So as you mentioned, for the women or the girls, it's really hard because their identity is a little more different. So why I want to be part of the program was to help the young boys themselves to be, when they go to school, not to be shy to say, hey, I'm Muslim, and here's why I can identify myself as a Muslim, because 9/11 taught us all something different. For myself, I had to learn the religion because I had to answer questions that I didn't know. I came from a country where being a Muslim is okay, nobody questioned you about your religion. So here, it's with the program, it becomes a little more practical, because most of the kids, they learn the Quran, so they know most of that stuff. The difference is they don't apply it. So the program gives us the opportunity for them to know how to apply it, and to have people of their own similar culture and background in the same area to discuss. So on Sundays when we have the program, we might pick a topic or something depending what's going on. If it's holidays coming up as Muslims, why we do celebrate this holiday, why we don't celebrate this holiday, how do you discuss it with your friends, or how do you go about it? So it's an application part for it's practical. So having a mentor program, as you guys talked about, and Ms. Wallace really answered the question, it is really needed to have trained mentors, because today, as you look at society, even now kids are taking guns to schools, and they're doing things that they shouldn't be doing at school. So for us to say mentors are not significant or not important, we can see how society is affected now, how the social media has really took it down to be an individual culture now. So it's for me, it's a value. I want to be part of the culture. I want to be part of society. I wanted to help the community, and the program has really contributed to that part for me, because now parents know me. Sister Amina is here. I didn't know her before the program, but now I know her. I know her children. So the kids, when they see me, they can say my name, and I can say their name. I know their parents. So when I had a mentor, the big thing for me is I never wanted to disappoint my mentor. So because I wanted to do well. So having also mentees, and you have a good relationship with them, that's one thing that can help them also say, hey, I don't want to disappoint my mentor. If I do something wrong, he won't be happy or he'll be disappointed. So that helped me stay doing well in school, and also to stay out of trouble, because I've been there, Rockdale. I'm sure you understand the trouble that kids are going through over there. So for me, it's very it helps me as well, because from work, family, and also something else I can do. So it's very important for me. So,
and even then, it's like having a mentor is like, sure, like they can teach you stuff like that, and like they have years of experience, and they can like help you, guide you through life. But also, it's just nice that like you can have someone to talk to, and I think especially like in these crazy times that we live in, having someone to talk to like face to face in person is something that should be more valued and should be like more sought after, instead of kind of talking over the phone and doing stuff like that. So I think like I've been a part of this program for like maybe about a year or something like that, and it has been very transformative, and it has made me realize the power of like being together and having people by your side, and really connecting with other people, and making sure that you treat everyone with respect, and that you just try and be the best person you can be, and you just try and help people along the way.
The training that we do is two-part. One is online, because it makes it a little bit easier for everyone to have a chance to access the training. And then we have a live training, which is a follow-up to that, where we have some discussion and role play to help implement the skills that we talked about and learned during the online training. And then last year, we were able to work with more than 600 new youth, 8,000 youth contact hours. We trained 18 mentors last year, engaged 65 volunteers, and had more than 1,500 hours of mentoring hours and 1,100 hours of other volunteering time. And so far this year, we've served more than 3,200 youth, trained in total 200 plus mentors, and have mentoring programs in 9 different states as well. So we're in the process of growing. We've been slowly but steadily growing, and we have some new programs coming out as well this coming year. So we look forward to having everybody participating and joining us, and hopefully, spreading the news. Our goal, again, is we want to see more trained mentors so that we have people involved in the lives of their children. Wherever they are, the program is going to be moving principally online so that we can really have worldwide access, so that any place somebody is, they can receive training on how to effectively engage our youth and how to help build them to their best capacity. And again, these are the core skills, because every individual community has their own unique challenges, has their own unique insights, and so it really requires mentors from each of those communities to be the ones that are doing the work within those communities. Long-term impact, again, we see that mentors go on, or sorry, the mentees go on to do amazing things. So happy to have Belinda's mentees here with us who have had a lot of success in life, but that's the reality, that when our mentees, when our youth have positive adults in their life, it really shows them the road ahead, that they know it can be done. It's not just me. We had students who went from D students to straight A students simply because they had a mentor in their life who helped give them some direction and focus and an understanding that they could be someplace, they could be successful, because they were seeing people who were similar to them in their backgrounds having great success, and that was a tremendous motivation for them to realize that they could also have that kind of success. Our goal for this coming year is that we want to transform 100 youth by training at least 100 plus new mentors, and we're also hoping to roll out a program for teachers to help implement some of the mentoring skills within the classroom, some advanced classroom management and relationship building skills for teachers. So we're going to be working on developing that and hopefully getting that out in some of our public schools here, Atlanta, and a few other places. And we also are looking to offer the Arbinger Mindset Training, which is a very powerful training on how we shift our mindsets so that we can have an outward mindset, so we actually become more productive and engaged and are able to better respond to different situations that happen in our lives. And of course, from a nonprofit institution side, we also have some technology upgrades planned, hopefully to make things more available and accessible and moving forward.